I figured an inappropriate transition as we step in with our next guest, who it looks like you were vibing to that record too. Miss Karyn White. Yes, yes.
Hell yeah, that record was lit. Who is that?
That is an artist, a new singer by the name of Baby Rose.
Wow.
So Baby Rose featuring Leon Thomas with that one. So I'm sure you're familiar with Leon Thomas, of
Yeah,
course. You know, but
wow.
yeah, that one just dropped. I want to say maybe last week and a half ago. You know what I mean? So yes, 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 yes. So figured
That's one
in
of
a,
down and dirty. It just felt like Nina Simone was on the verse.
a little bit, right? I would agree.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
would
is this
agree.
AI doing Nina mixed with
Oh,
some gritty, you know what I mean? But I loved it. Wow. Okay. Hey y'all.
welcome, welcome, welcome to the call. Thank you so much for joining us. We were talking about come next month. This will be something we've been doing 6 years now, every Wednesday. As you,
That's amazing. That's dope. I love
yes, yes.
consistency, 6 years, and culture, yet putting out this good music. I guess you guys vote on the new music? Is that what this is today?
Essentially, yeah. So if you can remember 2020, a different time in the world, you know
Oh
what I mean,
yeah.
when we got stuck inside. So
Uh,
th- so through the years, we've been able to have dope people like yourself come on, and it became a virtual way of sharing new music and a virtual way of connecting with artists and
wow, I
making sure
love
we all
it.
stayed connected. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, that's
um,
amazing. That's
you know,
great.
as we got outside, you know, some other developments have come. You know, my brother CL, they've kind of turned this into a live rendition out there in New York. Which, if you are in New York anytime soon, you need to pull up and be in person. You know, but we definitely thank you for joining us here, man. All of us big fans.
Thank
A lot
you.
of us are elder statesmen, so we are very familiar with Miss Karyn White. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, that's what's up. Well, it's so good to be here. I feel honored, and thank you for having me.
No, without a doubt. We're glad we could have you on the call. And even furthermore, glad we're getting new music in 2026
You're
from a
gonna
legend
want
like
me
yourself.
back. Hey, I'm so happy. Yeah, it feels so good. I was saying today we're number 22 on Billboard, and I'm like,
Woo.
wow, it's been 3 decades since I've been in the top 25. So it feels really good to be back and real music, real live instrumentation, got my horns on there, everything live. And I'm just
Mm.
excited. Yeah, I'm really excited to be doing it. I feel like it's authentic to my brand and to who I am, my storytelling, what you gonna want me back, empowerment for the ladies, and I'm excited.
As we are, as we are. May I ask what we doing in the downtime? What were we doing in the downtime, you know, before jumping back in the ring, if you will?
Oh man, a lot of stuff. So I didn't plan on like leaving for 17 years and coming back. Anybody, you'd be a fool to be like, oh, I'm going to do that and come back into this industry. No, it's been, so I left, the business and I started flipping homes after I got a divorce from the iconic, legendary Terry Lewis. Found myself like, what am I going to do? So I definitely picked up interior design and flipping homes. So I felt like I was being creative still, but did that. And then I got into until the market turned in 2008. I'm like, oh Lord, okay, what am I going to do now? My daughter went off to college and I moved back to LA, started working with a hip hop label that I actually formed myself with one of my rapper partners, and we were doing reality shows. So we would go. He was one of the Silvers. You guys remember the Silvers? Boogie Fever and Leon. What's his name? Leon Silver's nephew. So anyway, we wind up, I would go into these labels and meet with them, and they were wondering like, "What are you doing? Well, we want to know about you. Are you going to be in the reality show?" And I'm like, "No, I've had my time. I'm here for my artist." And so it kind of wound up to where he kept getting in trouble, couldn't stay out of jail. So I was like, "Okay, I can't do this." It was good, but I'm so glad I had the experience and especially coming back into the independent artist from being a major artist. And I got to learn all sides, how to promote, how to, do marketing and all those beautiful things. And so I got back in the business, y'all. And I had an artist back during, I don't know if you guys know a hip hop artist by the name of Akbar the Great, who was kind of like young Kendrick. And this was back when we were during COVID. And so, very talented artist. He had a song that we put out called Young Righteous Black Girl. And I really wanted to get behind that. And so now I was like, okay, it's time for me to, come on back. But I had to be inspired. And it finally hit me.
Well, that was going to be my next question. What was the actual inspiration? So what hit you?
Ooh, the inspiration just um wow, just the concept of being able to do it today and seeing what was missing on the charts. Legacy artists. I didn't really like how, I don't know, it's kind of like I didn't know the music anymore. It was like people, legacy artists would have out records, but I'm like, I think they were so busy trying to sound like the youth that I missed it. I was like, oh, I'm not going to say any names, but I was just like, wow. But today, when I look and I see Jill Scott, I'm excited. I'm like, yes, all of it, instrumentation, star power, vocals, musicians. So, yeah, so just inspired to be myself and be authentic and not not like I said, be a storyteller, and those were this some of my ideas with this record being retro. I'm a big Raphael Sadiq fan.
Mm.
So I was like, we got to do something Ray would do, put them our Earth, Wind, and Fire horns on it. And it sounds so fresh, I believe, because it's like, who has horns? You know what I mean? Besides Jill. Not many artists are coming with that kind of instrumentation and production. So I was inspired to, and then, Dionne Warwick, that's her hook. You're gonna need me. So I flipped that like a rapper because I've been around rappers. I'm like, let me flip that. And then I just kind of wrote a whole nother song from the chorus.
Very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think it's very important what you're saying, and especially even just the authenticity factor, because we recently had Tank on. He's got a new great record and Closer. Johnny Gill, who we recently had on, he's got the number one song on the adult R&B play right now. So I think there's a yearning for everything that you're saying from a fan aspect. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Mm.
even hearing you come on asking the question, was that AI Nina Simone or some shit? It's like so I know you've been in these conversations around these AI talks
Yeah.
and shit like that. You know what I mean? So um
Exactly. I'm like, what? But so when you told me, I'm like, oh my God, that felt so good. It felt old and new and you know, that's what to me some of the best music we know came from our past, the 70s, 60s. Yeah.
well, I think too, because even Tank was he was very adamant in like any, kind of advice he was given, and this authenticity factor means so much as an artist. I mean, it's what separates the greats from the blend-ins, shall we say? You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
let's be honest, a lot of people can do a lot of cool things, but
Oh yeah.
that authenticity factor is what's going to separate you
Come
from
on now.
the commons. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um,
And you can't be afraid, just because I could be safe, and people are sending over stuff, and I'm just like, nah. If I'm gonna put my money behind something, it's gotta be what I believe in, and I love her music. So when I heard Jill come back like that too, and just be her whole self, singing from her soul, I was like, okay. Okay, we can do this now because you got to think about it. Not many of the new artists, it's a different kind of sound. It's a more cooler, I don't know,
it's a
mel-
digital era. It's a
digital,
digital era.
digital.
You know
There
what I'm
you
saying?
go.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
it's a digital
That's
era. There you go. And it sounds incredible though. It does sound perfect. But I think that's what AI can't do. It can't give you that grit, that soul. I mean, it can. Don't get me wrong. If you put in, give me a little bit of James Brown mixed with some Otis Redding, it does do some things. But I know it. But to really have that the full presentation and have it be something that is authentic to yourself. I feel good, especially in this era when you can put in a formula, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You will definitely have people who will argue for AI that no, you can prompt this thing to do whatever you want it to do, but
Oh, uh,
AI still will always lack heart. It will always lack
there
heart.
you go.
So,
That's right.
with that being said, let's get into this record, which I think the title definitely fits to everything you're saying. The latest song is "You're Gonna Want Me Back," and yes, we do love having you back, 100%.
Uh,
I got two versions of the record. I want to play them both if you have the time.
oh, which versions do you have?
Well, I have the original one that came
Uh-huh.
out, and I got this other remix that was sent to me.
Oh, you got
So
the acoustic remix or the
yes,
UK London one?
yeah, the London one. I got the London one. So
Oh, okay.
um
Okay.
um
I thought you got the UK. I mean the acoustic. That's my favorite. He has the
ooh, well, no, I mean you could send that over too. We would
that
love to play
he'll
that
be
too.
so mad at me, but I'm like, that acoustic is just yummy.
Ah,
This, but
that
I mean, y'all may be vibing that UK
well,
red.
this is what, like I said, if you have the time, I'd love to play both renditions because when you talk
Ooh,
about the instrumentation and everything, the original one I think definitely reflects everything that you've been talking about. So,
okay.
congratulations again on new music. You know, three
Thank
decades, four
you.
decades in this game, and again as authentic Karyn White as it gets. So, check this one out, y'all. We got the legend hanging out with us. The title of this one, "You're Gonna Want Me Back," peep game. So you brought up something interesting because again, super big flowers. Because we talk about all the time that the superstar almost feels like it's diminished a little bit. You know what I mean? But like again, you, Janet, like you said, MJ, like you were up against some heavy hitters, and you were able to stand out. Like we can mention Karyn White, and we know who Karyn White is. Um,
Wow.
and
And
then
that's
and then you talk about cloning of today. How much of the labels were they trying to influence you to kind of be like another artist?
my label, Benny Medina, I was very blessed. Warner Brothers had those type of artists. So they understood a Prince, a Madonna, a Al Jarreau, a Shaka. Come on. So Benny never tried to say, I want you to be like this or like that. It's just like really, he let me be me and going into the studio, being able to, because L.A. Reid will say this all the time, Karyn is really funky. Like I'll come from like bands. So for me, like if I'm on stage, I'm doing James Brown what's my boy, Everyday People, what's his name? Dun, 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 dun. Sly Stone. I mean,
Right.
that era of like my band played with Prince, you know what I mean? So even though I'm the superwoman, I really have so many sides to me that that's why the Bobby Brown tour, me and him, we were such a great match. It was one of the biggest tours of that year. Because it just was so much energy. So, but we found a way to still be ourselves. Look at Bobby Brown. I mean, you would think like he was himself and I was still myself, even with a Prince and a Michael and a Janet. How do you get to do that? You know what I mean? And I was just thankful and grateful that I had so many sides to me, being the empowerment, the funk, the soul, the jazz influence with Jeff Lorber. So I think the diversity is what shaped Karyn White because there were so many, you couldn't put me in a box.
I think what's so beautiful is hearing you speak of the people that you're fans of. You know what I mean? So, that's, I mean, whether that's homage or just like, because everybody, we can draw inspiration from everybody, right? But that don't mean you got to copy anybody. You can
Oh
still
yeah,
do
you ain't got
you.
to
You know what
copy,
I mean?
but you can show be like, damn. I wish I would have wrote that. You know what I mean? And when you just, I'm these because many times I haven't been inspired. That's why I'm like, oh God, I need some inspiration. So I'm really happy that when you have big artists like Jill come back and putting her whole foot in it, as soulful as she wants to be, and singing and not just clean and pretty. It's like, no, I'm in the gutter. You understand? I'm singing, I'm in the gutter with it. So much pressure. Come on now. And it's not just clean and pretty and pop. And I'm like, oh, you talk. I was like, oh, we can get stanky now. You know, so yeah, I mean, don't you guys think that's what separates us from the AI stuff? Because you can't beat AI, they're perfection. I hear these girls singing, I'm like, oh my, I'm kind of intimidated because it's like everything is perfection. But I don't want the perfect. I want a little bit of stank on it.
Take all the steak. We'll take
Put
all
a
the
little
steak. You know
stank
what I
on
mean?
it. Put a
That's
little
what I'm
passion.
saying.
Put a little grit when I sang Superwoman. You know, at the end, put a little
Ooh.
grit on it.
Yes, indeed.
And it may have
Yes,
been a
indeed.
little out of, it may have even been a little bit out of tune when Babyface sang, you know, whatever that song was, people were saying he was pleading and begging, and Raphael, but you felt that.
We did. I mean, I think that's why that song has stood the test of time. Like
Yeah.
you had other women out here going, I'm not your goddamn superwoman. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
And then the ultimate compliment is when three icons, oh my God, the Gladys Knight, the Patti LaBelle, and the Dionne Warwick recorded my song.
Mm.
Let's put some respect on that. The fact that they would even sing a song, those three, and that's the song they chose. So I really felt like, oh my God, I was scared as hell at first. I'm like, they gonna take my song. Oh my God. It ain't even a year out, please. Because when if they would have did a Luther on it, look, y'all wouldn't even be talking about Karen White right now. Because if Luther would have did it, who, what? Because you know when Luther do a song, you forget the first artist. So I'm really that's something that I'm really proud of, And Patty, when I see her, she's like, little girl, we sang your song. We sang your song tonight. And I'm like, oh, but I said, y'all need to let me sing it with you. That's what I'm trying to do before, before they retire, you know?
Indeed. Indeed. Well, listen, it looks like I want to say power to the people because we pressured your manager into getting to this acoustic version. So,
Oh, y'all
you know what I'm
pressing him.
saying? So we put that pressure. So we gonna run
Uh,
this acoustic version right here, select debut, Digiwaxx debut here alone. So Miss Karyn White, you're gonna want me back. Acoustic vibes again, power to the people. Let's get it. There it is. There it is. You know what I mean? Strip down.
Down.
Like I
What
said,
y'all
I need
think? What
ooh,
y'all think?
I need some champagne. I need to feel a little fancy in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
I need to feel a little fancy in my life. You know what I mean?
man. Thank you.
Yo,
Yeah,
that
I
is
see
that
them
is beautiful.
fires. Eh,
So did you actually re-sing that with acoustic, or did they just strip dub?
Oh no. That's a whole nother key.
Oh, I love it. I
Stripped
love it.
down my guitar player, sent it, and I was like, ooh. I told my A&R, my A&R, but my radio guy was like, I got this vibe. It's so dope. And it just makes me feel good. Ooh, uh, come on now. I'm a big Luther fan. So no, I'm glad you guys
Yes,
like
yes,
it. It's
yes.
my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
This
I
is
I
it.
think that one might take the cake. I mean, we do got this UK version we still could do, but damn, I don't know if that's gonna top that. You know what I mean?
Look, he gonna be mad if I tell y'all no. But like, let's just stay on this one.
Yeah, let's do it. I think we leave it there. I think we're gonna leave it there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
let's
saying?
leave it there. I think
Yeah, no, that
such
was
a
that was
good
amazing.
version. Yeah, it's soothing. It's that cleaning the house on Sunday and Saturday. But it still gives you space to think. You know what I'm saying? It's like those kind of records that just like you can just think, and like everybody's got their own story. So, but I felt really good about it because the other one had so much music going on and it was beautiful. But this just like you really could really hear and really just feel me a little bit more.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
heard
say the
some
key.
people saying that was more soulful too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say definitely the key instrument, your voice. You know what I mean? Because you have a voice
Yeah,
like no
there you
other.
go.
You know what I
That
mean?
part.
So, yep, indeed.
Yep.
Yep, indeed.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, AJ, for sending it.
Yes, thank you, AJ. Like I said, we put the pressure on him. Are you familiar with Cleo Soul as well?
Cleo, so no. Tell me
You
about.
definitely got to go because if you like Ray, you will definitely love you some Cleo Soul. I
Oh,
promise you
thank
that.
you.
She's another
Okay.
amazing singer out the UK.
Ooh.
Very almost Sade-ish, but in her own way.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay. It's so hard to sing Sade. Shout out to me to what's her name? Taylor, Tiana Taylor for singing the damn
Oh
song.
yes,
People think
yes,
it's
yes.
easy to sing Sade. It's hella hard. Cause she is so da 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 hardly no vibrato, but pulls it off because it's just shoot, I don't know, just it's just a sound. But anyway, yeah, thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna check that out. Anybody else y'all got for me to so I can be inspired to finish and go ahead on out putting an album out and stop doing singles.
That was gonna be my next question. I mean, is this a kickoff to potentially an album in the works, or I mean, you just kind of got
Yeah.
inspired to hit a one off real quick?
Yeah, well, you know how it is being an independent artist. We paying for everything. So I'm an investor. So I'm like, what's the ROI? Because
I know
radio
how
can
to.
break your heart. So I gotta kind of know, you know, the tide is changing. And so the record, like I said, I'm happy with what we're doing right now. And the doors are opening for me, y'all. So I think so. I think y'all ready. I think y'all, I have a double entendre. Y'all gonna really want me back.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Was
Thank
there was there was there a bit of an intimidation factor, kind of like jumping back in the game, knowing things just so different in today's space of getting the music out there? And because my brother CL asked you, talent over marketing, you know what I mean, whatever, whatever. But like it's a new day to get. I don't want to say discovered, but even just to be heard these days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I had to feel, like I said, I had to spend money on other artists, my own artists, in order for me to feel comfortable myself. I feel like I really had to understand where we were. I didn't want to be a dated artist. There's so many legacy artists that be like, who is that? They don't know nothing that's going on. So no, I had to understand all of it. So with Akbar the Great, I was in school. It's like, Miss K, listen to this, listen to that, listen to that, listen to all music. And then my daughter, loving I'm a piano and UK soul music. So I really that's the beautiful part because I have an international audience. I'm hoping I can have a really big banger that's an up tempo. Like just international, like, ain't nobody type of thing. Just a real dope ass club record. So I want to do that. And I was just like, but it's so crazy that this song, my new song, You're Gonna Want Me Back, they're calling that an up tempo. I'm like, wow. They're like, this is an up tempo. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we don't do up tempos like y'all did, like, Thriller. I mean, Michael Jackson and Prince, all those up tempos. I was like, wow, okay. Okay, so to me, I thought that was an up tempo, but I'm excited. I had to pay the cost to be the boss. So I'm doing my research. I'm out here, not just, just kind of understanding all music and being inspired by all of it. And I think that's where you got to be because this is the young person's game. You got to know what's up.
Yes and no. I mean, maybe with the technology, yes, but I think the legacy artists and the veterans are proving like we do this for real. Like don't and
But it
you've
is
already.
y'all game. Look, y'all when not y'all, but when the youth have a hit, I mean it's huge. Look at Kehlani, but so that's why I'm really excited that Jill is out here. Like, yeah, we back.
we could
So
say it. We could say it's shitting on them. We could say it's shitting
yeah,
on them. You know what I'm
okay, exactly. Y'all said it. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah. Every time an artist, you know how that is. They follow, right? They follow, and I'm hoping that this new trend is bringing back this great music. I hear Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they still people got great music still out here. So I'm hoping it's okay. We just keep on. I just did something with Ohio players, and I'm like in school sitting with them. They don't even know. I'm like, oh my God, y'all are my heroes, So I just definitely want to say shout out to our legendary artists who feel forgotten sometimes. And I just want to let them know how dope they are. Shoot, they going back to that. Donald Glover is going back to Bootsy, and you know what I'm saying?
I hear you talking about social media and everything like that, but like the original content is the music. The original content is the artistry, and I feel like so much has gotten in the way of that because of, today's content and having to post and having to, make a 15-second video that someone's going to grab their attention to, you know what I mean? And it's like, and I feel like music has suffered in a lot of ways because of that, because there's been too much emphasis put on all the other things to try to market it. But it's like the music at its core is still the original content. And if that shit is ass, then what do you really have? You know what I mean? So,
right.
to CL's point, like vinyl's making a big resurgence. I would never rule out physical sales again.
Okay.
And that could be something you can put on KarynWhite.me. A signed
Yeah.
45. You know what I mean?
Okay. Signed 45.
You know,
Okay.
another avenue today. I don't know if you're familiar with the Even platform.
No.
They actually just inked a new deal with UMG, but they are definitely very heavy, independent, direct to consumer type based service.
Oh,
So
the even
and
platform.
Even,
Okay.
yeah, EVEN, and we have a contact over there, Karyn. We can help you with if you did want to have that discussion.
Okay.
And an artist of your caliber, they would definitely give you some priority. But it's definitely a direct to consumer type platform. Um, you know, it's one of those things. Even like you can, like you said, you're asking for like $1.29. They have those proud to pay moments where someone can give. I mean, this particular artist, La Russell, you got people buying his album for $10,000 on there. You got people buy, just because it's like proud to pay, people want to support.
Oh,
So
people want. Oh, I love that. Oh,
so
that.
so so
Oh
like I said,
my God.
we can have an off Zoom discussion if you'd like to, and
That
we could definitely plug you with those parameters to see if it's something you
Thank
wanted to
you.
explore.
Of
So
course. That's why these
uh,
platforms, thank you for having this platform, helping us legacy artists out here too, because like I said, you guys have been riding through it and the change and all these things. So thank you. I appreciate, look, just KarynWhite.me. I'm here to, whatever you guys want to share with me. And if you have any platforms where you guys want me to do any interviews or anything like that, drops, whatever you guys need to help you, because your girl, I understand the power of, people and networking. So that's being an independent artist. You definitely can't do it alone.
yeah,
Got to spread the
100%. But
word.
we are definitely here to help. So we definitely have other options we could help you out with as well. So yeah, I've been dropping those in the chat for people who may want to reach out. Karyn White bookings at gmail.com and KarynWhite.me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, word. So yeah, people have any, potential things you'd like to get Karyn involved in, those would be the avenues. So definitely reach out. Miss Karyn White, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. I think even furthermore, the crazy thing about this conversation, you have a new artist like Journey and a well-established artist like yourself, and you're both dealing with the same scenario in
Yes.
2026. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
love
So
that she understands that I'm her and
yeah.
she's me. So the point is that, we really are on the same journey. So let's, like, as her name is Journey.
I hope you got that,
But
Journey. I hope you
yeah, we
got that,
really on the
Journey.
same journey. And yeah, that's the beauty. That's why this
Yes.
internet is so great, right? Because it's even the playing field, right? I got to do
Yep.
the same thing she do, and likewise.
That's right.
All
Well,
right.
listen, we thank you so much for your time. Like I said, we'll
Thank
definitely get in touch with
you.
Derek, and we'll see how we can help you out in any which way.
Thank
I do want to offer this up too, Karyn. Feel free to bring Akbar to the call. We'd love to have him on. We'd love
Oh,
to have him on.
I would love y'all to hear this because he dope. He's really dope.
Yes,
So
you
okay,
know,
thank you. Okay,
let's keep those lines of communication open. We love to have him
okay.
on, and you got nothing but love from all of us here, man. We're supporters 100%. So
Thank you guys.
let's
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the inspiration to keep going, and that you guys do care about us legacy artists out here, and you're rooting for.
100%,
Thank you.
100%,
Thank you. All
100%.
right. Okay.
Many
Good
blessings to you. All
night.
right.
All
All right.
right. Bye bye.
Much love.